Roblox is in a shitty situation, not too surprising there. I mean, when is there never not in one? But this time, it seems like they made a mistake that not only hurt their pockets, but their investors' pockets as well. Because in a recent article that has come out, Roblox had recently made an update to their platform that changes the way users discover games on their site. And because of this has managed to cause the company to shed a total of $9 billion in net worth. This is allegedly, mind you. But still, $9 billion is a lot of money though, especially for a company like Roblox, which if you don't know, last year was reported to be their most financially successful year ever, with them reporting to make back about $4.9 billion in return. So for them to lose 10 times more of that amount just a year later, it's kind of confusing. Now, I'm no financial expert here, but I could definitely probably say that these numbers may be a little bit exaggerated in my personal opinion. But either way you look at it, it just doesn't really matter though, because it just doesn't look good for Roblox's CEO, David Baszucki, who in the last few years has done a really great job giving Roblox one of the worst reputations you can give to a gaming platform. I mean, this guy was doing worse than the Cub Penguin, which I think is saying a lot. But I think it's just more than one general update that may cause Roblox to lose all of this money and have its player base as is being rumored, but I think it may be a series of updates. As I last did my video on Roblox like a couple of months ago, which was my most successful video on my channel, thanks guys, Roblox was in the midst of rolling out an update that pretty much spawned this fan base to go absolutely mental. I mean, never in my life have I ever seen the fan base go crazy enough to literally fill your entire feed with cursed images that would be akin to a 2000s creepypasta forum just to prove their point, which, holy shit, this was actually a crazy moment. Now, another set of catalog items that players already assumed was next on the chopping block was classic shirts and pants. You know, the one and only UGC item that you could have created like 11, 10 years ago. Well, now that's also getting removed. And from what I'm hearing is that while they're not officially removed yet, they're basically making it harder for players to use these as a way to deter them to the more, I guess, dynamic clothing, whatever that means. But basically, if that's the case, then just basically remove them at this point. I'm not giving Roblox any ideas or anything, but it's just better than just giving these manufactured errors to deter people to move into the new stuff, which is just kind of deplorable in my personal opinion. But scratch all that aside, I think another reason why Roblox might also be experiencing this is also just the sheer amount of lack of popularity. Now, I don't know about y'all, but it seems like Roblox is kind of becoming less than Roblox. And by that, what I mean is we're getting a lot more hyper-realistic video games that are seemingly doesn't even seem like they were even made in Roblox, but they are powered by their engine for some way. I remember as a kid, Roblox having its own unique style. It was like a blockish, cartoony style that was able to mix a toyish world with a virtual one. And another thing that made Roblox cool to me as a kid was the fact that it was mostly available only on computers. And this was like back in 2012 to 2015 before it became really popular on phones and stuff. Now, I remember when I got my little first computer when I was like 11, it was like this crappy little HP laptop that only came with like 4 gigabytes of RAM and crashes every time you open up a web browser. But it was actually one of the first devices I remember playing Roblox on, and it was actually one of my first PCs ever. And while I am happy that Roblox has taken a massive leap with its graphical engine, one thing I gotta say is, listen, I know a lot of people like to give slack to Fortnite and all, but one thing I can definitely give them props for is actually bringing something like Fortnite OG, which is like the original version of Fortnite from like 2017 and 2018. However, when it comes to Roblox in general, this company has flat out admitted that they suck at preserving the old clients of their games, which, to be fair, I don't blame them. I mean, this game is like literally the legal age to drink, so I wouldn't be surprised if they wouldn't want to preserve like literally 20 years worth of the game. Oh, and did I also mention that they banned well-known predator catcher Chris Hansen from the platform? Like, I mean, they just straight up infinity snapped him while he was doing a live segment on it, which, I mean, it's pretty standard Roblox practicing at this point. But when it comes to the update that caused Roblox to lose 70% of their stock, basically they rolled out an algorithm tweak which basically showed out how players would discover new games on the site. Basically, think of it as Instagram Reels. One day, you were just scrolling through Instagram, you basically have a normal feed of content, and then the next day, you know, because Meta just decided to just tweak the hell out, you're now seeing stuff like lace reels, gore feeds, and just stuff that wasn't on your feed yesterday. So what I could basically assume is that with this update, Roblox basically changed the entire front layout of their page, basically removing all the games with the most player accounts with newer ones that didn't have the most high player accounts. And for a way, I guess in Roblox, since this was a way to promote new games and get players into them, but for investors, it's almost looked like the site was dead and lost almost all of its player base, which I guess could explain why it increased like a huge loss in its stock, but hey, I don't know. I'm not really too financially advised with this kind of stuff. This is just all my speculations. So this pretty much leaves the big question, is Roblox dying? Well, obviously not. This is still a platform that brings in over 100 million daily players, and despite all that, it is still a game that somehow managed to find its way back into meme status every few months or so. Now, as for what specifically happened that causes this company to lose $70 billion, I specifically don't know. I mean, all the articles I read kind of get into a little bit murky about what specifically happened, and I'm not too much inclined to the stock market chain or financial field to really basically say what really happened. All I can specifically point out is the fact that Roblox basically rolled out an update to the investors and made it look like the site was dead. And because of this caused 70% of their company to almost get lost.